Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Shameless in Chicago. This is your host, Nin.
And I'm Luke.
And we are here for you guys every Wednesday. Make sure to follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to our podcast. Make sure to follow us on YouTube and subscribe to our channel because we also post our podcast there and the video version of it on Thursday.
There's really no outrunning us. It's futile.
No, honestly, we're Shameless in Chicago, guys, and we are here for you literally every single week. So if you want something to look forward to on Wednesdays, it's your girl and guy best friend.
Hell yeah. And then we have our videos coming out Thursdays. So you want to sit down and have some coffee with us.
Except this one. This one does not have a video recording because I forgot my camera. So
how dare you? Everyone needs to see the same gray sweater and jeans that I've wore 37 times.
Yes. I also wore my Lazy Fit today, and I wore my Primark men's.
What's going on with your bangs?
Let's not.
What's happening here?
Okay, guys.
I want everyone to picture what Nin's bangs look like right now and then chop them off.
Okay, guys. I asked for face framing bangs, and she gave me exactly that. But there's a difference between face framing bangs when you tell a cosmetologist and then face framing bangs where you tell your best friend who cuts your hair usually. And my best friend knows what I mean by face framing bangs. And so she's like, oh, okay. So you just want long bangs that frame your face. So you just want a face framing haircut. And when I got my hair cut by somebody else, I said face framing bangs, and she gave me Sydney Sweeney bangs.
Oh no, anyone but you.
Yeah, no, literally. But imagine that with somebody with curly hair. So Sydney Sweeney has straight hair. I have curly hair. So now I have little Miss.
You kind of look like a pilgrim.
Yeah, Miss Debbie Reynolds.
Yeah, if there's something I call you right now, it's a wasp.
Why a wasp? Oh, because of the curly antennas?
No. A wasp is a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
Okay. Well, I hate it. My mom really likes it. But when my hair is styled, right now my hair is in a low bun, so it's not really thriving, but.
Do you ever feel like if you have a image that you're not vibing with that you're currently in, say your hair kind of brings you down a little bit?
Not really, no.
No, it doesn't affect your self-image at all?
No, I think I love myself so much that I have this confidence where my haircut really can't steer me other way.
I feel like my haircut will dictate my personality right now. I'm in this coconut hair phase. And
yeah.
Coming out of winter, it's kind of how I always am. My stepmother is my hairstylist. She cuts my hair. And I always tell her that I want a buzz cut. Because I feel like it makes me a bit more, I don't know, manly. Intense.
You know what the thing is that you've got this scruffy look going on right now, and I think you look so good with it.
Do you really?
Oh my god.
Oh, am I adorable?
No, I literally love it. My boyfriend too. He's got the scruff and the fluff. I call it the fluff going on right now, where his hair is outgrown, his beard is outgrown, and I just love it. But you guys both trim your necks, and I like that because it's a clean grown out. You're still your beard is still brushed.
And I'll be honest, that I had the worst facial hair growing experience a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get it to go through. There's still one spot where it's really shallow. But one Christmas, my mother got me a beard growing kit.
Oh, yeah?
I was a little embarrassed because I'm a grown man. Why are you giving me a beard growing kit?
But did you use it? Did it work?
I did. So it came with beard balm, beard growth oil, and just some other products. But it also came with one of those micro needling rollers.
Yeah.
And I used it every single day. And now my face actually grows out a decent facial hair. I have a bigger beard than both my brothers, and my father never grows facial hair.
Dude, micro needling is life changing.
It really is. I honestly thought it was a scam. I really did. And then I tried it out. I would put on the growth serum first, and then I would go over it with a micro needle. And I did all this intrinsically because I'm a man who doesn't read his instructions. So I do all this, and actually after a couple of months, I did the micro needling twice a day, the growth serum once a day, and I started to actually see a lot of results. I have really vibrant red hair on my face. There's a couple gray ones, but us redheads go gray a little bit earlier sometimes, and I think I'm heading there. And my boyfriend started to kind of help me style and shape my beard. I probably emulate his beard because I think it's so cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, a little bit of a self-care goes a long way.
It really does. So do you feel like the self-care has aided in self-confidence?
Yeah, I think it has. I feel less. I used to have this image of myself where I was always 12 years old.
Okay.
If I looked at myself in the mirror, I would see like someone who is maybe 5'2" and this little fat kid with really long hair.
Yeah.
And that happened a lot. And then I got my ears pierced. I started growing out my beard. I kind of started to try and style my hair a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I started to grow up in my own head.
Yeah, that's so interesting. So when you look at yourself in the mirror, what age do you see yourself at?
I see myself at a heavy 30.
At a heavy 30.
Yeah. They see
Wow.
Gen Z's aging like milk, but I think we're on the cusp of that.
Personally, I would have to disagree for myself. Like, thank God. I don't know why I look at myself in the mirror and I still think of myself like I looked like when I was in 7th grade
Really?
and when I was in like high school, which I think was like my best looking years because my hair was so luscious and beautiful. I was so fit because I was swimming every day. And so like when I go to the store and buy like a size medium and it doesn't fit me like it used to.
Now, let me ask you this. When you think of your age, what is the first age that comes to mind? Because when I think of my age, I'm still 23.
I think of 25.
Really?
Yeah, I still think I'm 25.
So you're only a year younger than what you think you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm still 23. I got stuck in my Jordan year.
My issue is that like I am currently 26. I'm about to be 27 in a couple of months. And no, I disagree. I think 27, like Diana said in our previous podcast, is such a sexy year. Like there's just something about that number. I love 27. Like it just sounds so sexy to me. And also like 26 is such a boring number and kind of
truly is like the
Yeah.
only thing that happens to you is if you're on your parents' insurance, you're done. You're gone. All your benefits are gone.
I think 25 is so cool. Like it's like you're like halfway, you can finally rent a car and like all of these cool things, but 26 is just so lame. Oh, also 25, your frontal lobe finally gets developed. Also, guys, your frontal lobe develops 25 plus or minus 1 year. So it could be 26 or it could be 24.
Do you remember the moment that all set in for you and your frontal lobe developed?
Yes, I was 24.
Okay.
I when I was 24, I was waiting for my frontal lobe to fully develop at 25. Then I turned 25, and as the year went on, I realized that it had not changed since I was 24. So I can confidently say 24 was the year my frontal lobe fully developed.
I feel like I'm a 25er.
Okay.
I was living like completely on my own. I had to scrap a whole bunch because I decided to live outside of my means.
Yeah.
And it was the year where I finally looked at myself and I said, Luke, what the hell do you think you're making right now? This is not okay. Your parents taught you much better than how you're living right now.
Yeah.
My mother is very meticulous with her bills. She'll cut everything. She'll cut each of her checks up into a quarter, but she'll have all of her bills paid at the beginning of the month.
Oh, really?
It's the most interesting, like intricate way of saving her money, and it works for her.
Yeah.
However, I will, if you are a Chase customer and you see your pay in fours, I will select a pay in four the moment I need to build up some funds.
But you know what's crazy about that is that, so today's topic is about self-confidence and self-love. And you were talking about the money part. And I was like, what does that have to do with self-confidence and self-love?
Money has a lot to do
It
with your
has a
self-confidence.
lot to do with self-confidence and self-love, because right now I've been going through this like funky period where I'm like not having enough money for disposable income. Like I can't just readily go and buy a brand new outfit for every single event or something that I have to go to. So I'm having to continuously recycle outfits, and some of them, they are not looking as good as they did the first day. And yes, a part of it is because I wash my clothes in hot water and I know it makes the colors bleed, but I want those germs dead. So I have recognized that my self-confidence has gone down a little bit because I don't have the disposable income to get facials like I used to. And for my Middle Eastern girlies out there, getting laser treatments like I used to, and getting hair treatments and new outfits and new shoes and all of that. And as a result, like, yeah, my self-confidence, like I am not as like out there as I like once used to be. And I've recognized I feel less of a bad bitch.
No, you're turning into your sad bitch era?
No, let's not get it twisted.
All right, I just got to make sure. Sad bitches ain't allowed here.
No.
I still love you, sad bitches.
I'm still confident in my internal self, like me as a person, like I'm a baddie. But on the outside, like how I present myself to other people, the way you look and the way you present yourself to people is has a lot to do, but my personality will stay the same. Like, for example, like I started a new job as a therapist. I am confident with my clients and I am confident when I talk to them as a person. But when they initially perceive me, they might be like, oh, she's got a pimple on her face or something, or what the hell are those bangs? Like, you know, that type of thing. But I will still talk to you and know my shit, you know?
Yeah. I sometimes will have a little fun with that, like the way people see me.
Oh,
of course, I love myself. I love my life. You know, I've got a really great support system. I have a great boyfriend. I have great friends. But have you ever just met a stranger and just kind of took off with a lie for fun?
No.
Okay. So, long story short, at a gay bar, my boyfriend and I are there. We are approached by 3 older gentlemen.
Okay.
So, the older gentlemen are giving us some rouse because we smell like some devil's lettuce. And it's a small bar. It's a small gay bar downtown Chicago. And we start to get into this really strange conversation. I wouldn't say strange, but I asked them, I was like, oh, do you guys live around? I was like, do you guys live in the Triangle? And then one guy said the Bermuda Triangle. I said, no, sir, the Viagra Triangle. And I don't know why, just like kind of throwing that man over the coals. Maybe it's because I have ADHD. The conflict gives me the dopamine.
Okay.
But it turned into this thing. They're like asking us. I was like, oh, yeah, I used to live over here, but I moved over to the suburbs. I told them what suburb I supposedly lived in. And I saw one guy's face kind of drop. He went, oh. And I realized that these men think I own a house out in these really nice suburbs.
Yeah.
So they start asking all these sorts of questions. You know, what do you do? What's it like? Blah, blah, blah. And then one guy says, what's the square footage of your house? And I say, well, I don't really pay attention to the square footage. I pay more attention to the acreage.
Oh my gosh.
The way that these men's faces exploded. I was so satisfied with myself. My boyfriend and I were laughing about it the whole day, but I think maybe it was just having that little bit of fun.
Yeah.
Is what kind of inspired me just to give myself a bit of an easier time, because I'm always so hard on myself about how I look, how I act. I'm always reiterating conversations that I've had because I say, what did I say? I think I've texted you multiple times after a hangout, be like, hey, did I say some weird shit?
Mm-hmm. Or you'll like text me apologizing for something. You're like, hey, I didn't mean that. I'm like, do you recognize our friendship? Like,
but I don't know. I think it was just kind of that letting myself, you know, have a little fun with that. It boosted my confidence a bit.
Have you always been a confident person?
No.
Okay, so what kind of like shifted for you?
Back in the day, I had this image of myself where I was overweight. Mm-hmm. I was really focused on a lot of imaging. I started watching porn at a really young age, gay porn.
Yeah, you mentioned that in one of our previous episodes.
Yeah, and so you know, a lot of the imagery in gay porn, especially in the early 2000s, was really muscular white guys.
Yeah.
I was not a really muscular white guy, but it's really harmful to an 11-year-old to see that, because you can't be that. You're not grown yet.
Yeah.
So I feel like I started off on the bad foot, and I was already just kind of going in a bad way, overeating, you know, not really socializing, blah, blah, blah. Of course, I wasn't out back then, so that didn't help.
Yeah.
But it kind of set the tone for me going forward. I already thought that people had that critical thinking on me. Mm-hmm. So I was never really confident about it. I don't think it was up until I was 17 years old. I had lost a little bit of weight. Mm-hmm. And one day, with my shaggy haircut, I went to a friend and I looked at her and I said, I want you to shave my head. And I let go of all of that long hair. I finally saw everyone. People looked at me differently.
Yeah.
People perceived me differently. And in turn, I did perceive myself differently. And it wasn't the fact that people were thinking differently of me. It was that people were acting different towards me.
Yeah.
I had to put a bit more effort into interacting with society to have that positive experience with society. And it made me more confident.
That's really important.
I felt welcomed. I felt in on the conversation. I felt invited to go hang out with friends. I felt like I smelled less bad.
Oh, that was a big one. But is it that you felt that way because of what you had internalized and because this haircut gave you new confidence, so you were portraying a newfound confidence?
I think so. I totally had that like moment where it's like they take like the ugly duckling and they give him a little slap of makeup, take off the glasses and give him a haircut. I felt like a completely new person. And I was so opposed to that change because I thought that I was supposed to look this way because I had already decided it years and years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
But the moment I decided to change, my entire world changed around me.
I would have to agree so much about that. It's that like your confidence is like, it's not only you have to surround yourself with confident people. And when I say that, like when I was younger, I have always been like the chubbier girl. And like when I look at pictures of myself, I wasn't that chubby. Like, guys, I was pretty cute.
I think the same thing about myself. I look at my pictures and I say, I wish I was that weight again.
Right. But like society was telling me at that point, like if we look back at like 2005 movies and like everything, like let's look at Hilary Duff, let's look at Lindsay Lohan, like they were wearing those like at the hip, low rise jeans with the crop tops. And I was like, my belly could never do that. And like society was labeling me as fat because I couldn't do that. So I internalized it.
Let's also think about like shows like we grew up with in junior high and high school, Gossip Girl, The Vampire Diaries, anything really on the CW. You're putting a 26-year-old woman to play a 14, 15, 16-year-old girl.
I mean, but like even Hannah Montana, like Miley Cyrus, like she was really skinny. And to this day, she's a skinny girl.
Oh, she's the skinniest. And she's got those veneers. Are those her natural teeth?
No.
No.
But like, if you look at Miley Cyrus and like, you know, she looks exactly like her mom. She can't help it. She's skinny because her mom is skinny. But like society labeled me as fat. And like, I was like, you know, as a Middle Eastern girl, I was always being told that like, you're never going to get married if you don't get skinny, like all that jazz. Like, yeah. And like, I was surrounded by skinny girls, like, you know, like thinner girls. Like Diana was on our previous podcast. She was my best friend when I was in elementary school and she's always been a skinnier girl. And so like, I would compare myself to that. And then as the years went on, I still had skinny friends and I was like comparing my jean size to them, which was like a 0 or like a 00 or like an extra small and a small. Meanwhile, I'm out here wearing like small, medium, large. Like I was always between all three sizes. And I got older and I got into high school and all of a sudden I started becoming friends with girls that were my weight, my size. Like one of my best friends was Lenora. She always listens to the podcast. And me and her had literally the same body shape, body size, and skin color, which was a huge boost in confidence because it was somebody that looked like me. And she always exuded confidence and she was confident in herself. And then I had other like chubbier girlfriends and they were always so confident. And then they would still like love themselves. And I was like, hold up, I don't have to be skinny to love myself. I can just love myself for who I am.
Period.
No, literally. And so then I started to recognize, girl, who cares if you swim and you work out and you get so fit? My swimming was only like 3, 4, 5 months in the year. And the rest of the year I didn't work out for shit, but I still ate my McDonald's and I still loved myself. And I still thought I was hot as shit. Picture day. Give me my close up. Prom. Oh my God. I felt like such a hot girl. Like, you know, and then I became an adult and I've gained weight and I'm in my relationship now and I've gained, let me tell you.
I'm in this picture and I don't like it.
But I still love myself. And why do I love myself? Because my girls, my best girlfriends continue to love themselves and they hype me up. And that's why it's so important, because if I was surrounded by people who were, I'm sorry to say, but like not my same body size or my body weight, and they were so much skinnier than me, I would be constantly comparing myself to them. And like another thing is that like I'm sorry, but I cannot be around people who eat less than me or eat different than me. Like if they're eating like a salad or if they're eating like a burger, but they're like cutting it up with like a fork and they're like picking it apart. Yes, I've been out with people like that.
That's like a psychopath.
Oh my God, no, I've been out with people like that. And he's like literally my boyfriend just coughed because we were together when this happened. And like I cannot, like I start to feel myself getting insecure because I'm like, oh my God, like should I be eating like that? Like she's so much more daintier than me.
Oh my, you know how I feel at the same dinner table when people when people take the napkin and they throw it down on their lap like we're eating at a 5-star restaurant. Yeah. Relax, all right? If you didn't eat like a child, you wouldn't need a napkin on your lap.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Like, what do you mean, like a fancy restaurant? Or
no, any restaurant. So you know how they wrap the silverware up in those little black or white napkins and people just like flow them out? First of all, why are you not sitting with your legs all the way under the table like you're intended to? Scoot your ass in so that waitress doesn't trip over you. Yeah. Second of all, are you not eating over your plate so that way you don't mess up your jeans? Mm-hmm. Who taught you how to eat?
No, literally.
I don't vibe with that. And then I feel like if I don't do it, I look classless. But I have to like what am I going to do? Reach down to my crotch, to my face when I need to wipe it out. No.
I hate that shit so bad. They're like, that's classy. I'm like, how's that classy? You're literally putting your face in your crotch to wipe your mouth. Just like, ew. It's
no,
so
just
weird
say
looking.
you want to give yourself head. It's fine.
No, it's like so weird to me. Oh my God, that's hilarious. I mean, my mom's cousin taught us that. She's like, every time you go out, like put your napkin. Like she really taught us how to be classy girlies. And like, I give her a lot of credit. But like now that I'm older, like I'm like a 50-50. Like take me to a burger joint. I am putting it on my lap because I'm not trying to get that grease on my pants.
But if you're eating somewhere with like a fork and knife, it's precision eating. You shouldn't be dripping anything.
I know. I mean, like I don't always like at the Olive Garden, you know, I'm bougie or whatever.
All right, I think you deserve some chicken gnocchi soup spilled on your leggings.
No, thank you. No, thank you. But yeah. And you know what's something that I've noticed about myself?
What?
If you see me at the gym consistently, just know I am at my most insecure self.
So it's like kind of like that blink twice if you need help, but you're going to the gym.
Yeah.
So you need someone to talk to you while you're going to because you're going to the gym.
No. Nobody could talk me. Like,
are these reserved for like psychological breaks?
no, like when I go to the gym, okay, so like I said earlier, like I was always taught, like if you're not skinny, you'll never get married. Nobody will ever love you. Bullshit, guys. It's complete bullshit. I go to the gym when I'm feeling insecure of my body or like I'm not feeling like my most confident in my body where I'm like, ooh, like, you know, like I'm just not feeling my best.
Because you'll think a physical change will inspire a mental change?
No, because working out will mentally change me before it physically changes me. I've never seen like a drastic physical change. Like last year, me and my boyfriend worked out and we worked out for 5 months together and I lost 10 pounds. But honestly, like, no, like I see no difference really. Like that 10 pounds, like I feel like I look the same. Like you've been seeing me since last year. Like I pretty much look the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. My clothes fit the same. Like nothing really changed that much. But like my mental changed. Like I would say I was more confident when I was. Now I haven't been working out. I haven't worked out for over a year. And guys, like my heart rate is going so fast.
Oh no, she's got the heart rate of an Olympic sprinter at her resting rate.
No, I swear. And like, that's not good. So I'm going to go back to the gym, but guys, you're going to see me back at the gym, but it's not because of that, but because we're actually getting older.
We are getting older. Oh no.
Yeah, no, we're getting older and our metabolism is slowing down. And not only that is that like our heart is actually really important. We kind of need that to live or whatever. And I cannot be like clogging that. Like we go up the stairs and my heart is beating like so fast.
And those who retire early tend to die early too. So if you start making sure you're active in the early side of your life, you'll definitely be more active in the later side of life. And so you'll live a lot longer too.
Yeah, I need to get into those healthy habits. What about you? You signed up for a gym.
I did sign up for a gym.
And that's that. Actually, can we talk about that? Luke was so adamant about signing up for a gym and I told him that he wasn't going to use it and he refused to listen to me because if you guys don't know, Luke and I are both stubborn and once our mind is set to something, we're going to do it. He signed up to the gym and he's like, every time I go to the studio afterwards, I'm going to go to the gym. And he went once and he's like, I packed my gym bag once. And now he have his gym bag packed?
I went twice.
And are you still paying for the gym membership?
Yes.
And you have to pay in fours? Is that what you were saying earlier?
No, the pay in four is reserved specifically for any purchase made over $125. In my own rules, you can certainly do pay in four. No, I go to Export. Try and find me. I go to Export, and you know what? I'm glad we did converse about me going to the gym before I got my membership because I was just looking at it like I should just get the $40 membership with all the amenities. I can go to all the different gyms. And you looked at me and you said that is the stupidest fucking idea that's ever come out of your mouth. For those of you who don't know, I once had a gym membership at our grand old Planet Fitness. I probably had it for 3 years, 5 years, longer. Yeah, I went probably 12 times, and that was just to use the little red light sauna room.
Yep.
So a gym membership is a waste to me. I do want to like go swimming some more, but also I can't justify upgrading my gym membership having only gone twice.
Okay, guys, I'm not a hater.
Whoa, Cap.
No cap. You guys want to know why I'm not a hater? Because Luke used to live in the city and he had a gym that was upstairs or downstairs?
It was downstairs.
It was downstairs. All he had to do was take the elevator, get out of his little apartment,
take my short shorts,
go and take the elevator and go downstairs. No driving, no leaving the building that he's in, nothing. And how many times did you use that gym?
Twice.
And he would use it when he was doing laundry. His thing was, every time I do laundry, I'll go work out, because the laundry and the cardio machines were on the same floor. And he was like, every time I do laundry, I'm going to work out.
So this turned into the "We're Going to Attack Luke" podcast because he doesn't know how to work out. I don't know what it is. I'm always so gung-ho about working out, and then I do like 30 minutes of cardio and I say, this is for the fucking birds. I don't want to be here right now. Everyone's looking at me weird because I'm breathing weird. I put on my headphones to listen to my music and I feel like my heart rate just goes up. My breath, I can't catch it. I'm just like, it gives me anxiety. I don't know why working out gives me anxiety. Every time my heart rate beats per minute goes above like 160 and I can feel it and I'm working out, I panic.
Why?
Because I think I'm going to have a heart attack.
Oh my gosh. But do you also think you don't go to the gym as often because you do love your body?
Oh, absolutely. Not that I love my body, but I've learned to be more comfortable in my own skin.
Yeah.
There was, I think, probably this is when my frontal lobe developed, is that I just realized I don't compare myself to people. And that was a big part of building confidence, is that I don't need to compare myself to anyone else because I'm not in anyone else's skin.
Yeah.
So as long as I'm awake, as long as I'm alive, as long as I'm going to work, as long as I'm paying my bills, feeding my cat, we're on our schedule, doing our work in the studio, I'm doing something right. And just because I'm not going to the gym every day to have a perfectly sculpted physique like a gay porn star in 2005 doesn't mean I'm not doing good work for myself. Doesn't mean I'm not being positive, and it uplifts me.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I knew you weren't going to go, because you love yourself. And I'm not saying people who go to the gym hate themselves. No. The gym provides different things to different people, and Luke and I are the same.
I learned to accept myself and that I didn't need to change myself physically to have a better image of myself. Would I love to be big and muscular and strong? Of course. Is it a requirement before I die? What's it going to matter? I'll be dead.
No, seriously. Would I love to be a skinny girl who can wear booty shorts and a crop top? Yeah. You know how you were saying that you don't compare yourself to other people?
Yeah.
Well, I do, and I did the opposite to love myself.
Really? Did
Yes.
you start to kind of mold yourself after qualities of people you liked, or?
No. So I used to go to school in the city, and I would see being in the city of Chicago is such a beautiful thing, because we're not LA, we're not Miami, and we're not New York. We have all different, you have Wicker Park, and that's a different look. You have Gold Coast, and that's a different look. You have West Loop, and all of these little pockets of Chicago have a different look, and you can find beauty in all of them. And when I was going to school in the city, I would look at other people and I would be like, wow, she's so beautiful. And I just started to really recognize that the woman I found beautiful came in all different shapes, colors, and sizes, that I was like, wait, if I am finding beauty within them, why can I not find beauty within myself? And so once I started finding beauty within myself, and I was catching myself off guard, when you're walking in the city and you catch yourself in the reflection of the mirrors or the windows, and you kind of look at yourself and you're like,
certified baddie,
period. And you just look at yourself and you're like, if I can find beauty in everyone else, then let me find beauty within myself. And that's really important.
I love that. So no matter what you do, as long as you're working towards a positive outcome in your own mind, there's really nothing you can do to make yourself go wrong. The path to self-love is, honestly, there's probably 30,000 paths to self-love. You just have to pick one and stick with it, or pick 3 if it works for you. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I think if we've learned anything from this podcast episode is, 1, surround yourself with people who have the same or similar mentality as you. I mean, as you learn, Luke and I don't go to the gym. We don't frequent it. We're not gym goers. So finding self-love at the gym is not something you'll get from either of us. 2, we found self-love in accepting our bodies and accepting who we are. And 3, we surrounded ourselves by people who have that confidence. I have confidence, and in turn Luke has confidence, and vice versa. And we have other friends, and our partners are confident within themselves. And so when you have all of those, for us, that was kind of our magic formula of getting to be where we are today. Because like we said, when we were younger, we were not confident people. We did not love ourselves.
Not at all. I didn't.
I didn't either. Boy, you think if I loved myself, I would have been with half the guys that I was with? Please.
Girl, check my track record. You ain't got shit on me. I wasn't even looking for validation. I was looking for something to do.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us on this episode. Don't forget to like our videos, subscribe to anywhere that you listen to us. Don't forget to listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, literally anything, guys. Follow us, like us, give us a 5-star rating, thumbs up, subscribe, guys, please. We're getting views, hella views on our YouTube. Okay, we have like over 100 and something views on some of these videos. Subscribe.
Yeah. We love you.
We don't mean to be aggressive, but like honestly, guys, like our podcasts are great. Leave us comments on what you guys want us to talk about next. Or if you guys even want to be a guest, or you know somebody who wants to be a guest, DM us. We're taking requests. Anyways, guys, thank you again so much for listening. And until next Wednesday.
And thank you for joining us. Join us next time as Nen teaches the U.S. Congress where Singapore is.
Ooh. Guys, by the way, Singapore and China are not the same thing.
No, they are not the same thing.
So let's get that straight. Alrighty. Bye everyone.